everybody? I'm back. And today I am going to be switching it up a little bit, talking about a whole different topic. You've been hearing me do for the last few months, been just doing like review after review after review after review. But this time it's going to be something a little bit different. This time we're going to be talking about, you remember how when I did my top 10 songs? Yeah. A month ago. Ooh, why did I say a month ago? I think I did that 2-3 weeks ago. But time flying by fast. Oh my goodness, bruh. This time I was like, okay, I'm gonna narrow it down, but I'm gonna talk about my top 5 shows that I would say favorite / kind of grew up listening to, but maybe like the 5 shows of all time for me. Like, I got a list of shows that I was like, okay, number one, I was like, look, I grew up watching so much good stuff. It was so much good stuff growing up. I was like, I'm gonna narrow this down to 5 because I didn't want to just go over the time limit, and because I know trying to say 10 shows and trying to cram that in, I wanted to narrow it to 5, and I want to tell you why those are my favorite shows. I'm gonna drink me some water because, oh shit, I'm a little thirsty right now. The lips a little dry. You know we don't want that. So I had to jot them down first because I was kind of like, I'm gonna be all over the place if I get to talking about my favorite stuff. Let's get right into it. Okay, start with number 1. I know this is gonna be like, why is that number 1? Just listen and stop questioning me through the video. Number 1, the Boondocks. Now, when that first got on, it was on the channel Cartoon Network, but it was on Adult Swim. The reason why I chose the Boondocks is because when I saw that all black cartoon cast, I was like, yes, like I felt like I was living in that TV show, and it came on maybe like 05. I feel like the Boondocks came on like right when I was getting ready. I know I had to be in like 4th grade when that came on, and it was explicit content, like where you can look. I was like they were cursing. Like, I was like, oh, I love this show. I was looking forward to it every time. Unfortunately, it used to come on Sunday nights. And unfortunately, I always couldn't catch it because I used to go to church on Sunday night. So whenever I did catch it, I was like, oh. And it wasn't all that DVR and all that stuff back then. I can't remember what year DVRs came in, but you used to could like record stuff on what are those things called? You can record it on like a VCR and you can look at it later. It was so much work doing that, but now technology has gotten so big, you ain't even got to do that no more. Number 2, the Chappelle Show on Comedy Central. Now, that's another show that I was kind of like, that came on like when I was like 8-9 years old. And I was kind of like, and I don't think the Chappelle Show lasted that long. It was on for a pretty good second, but if I'm not mistaken, the Chappelle Show lasted for about a good 3-4 years. Because I remember it being on from like 04, 05. But did it get to 06, 07? I'm about to look into that. I'm about to get that on DVD or something. Because the Chappelle Show was that show was the shit. Man, that was another show. I was like, okay, it's another black show. I said, it's relatable, but it's funny. Dave Chappelle, just his mind and his creativity was just everything. And I enjoy looking at that stuff all the time. Like, they do not make TV shows no more like that. Like, everybody is so sensitive. You can't have nothing like the Chappelle Show out right now. He has so much cultural black and white type of stuff on there. Oh, you couldn't do that. Not today. I'm gonna have to look into that because I need that on DVD. Like, because if something happened to streaming, I need the copies of that. Number 3, 106 and Park. Okay, I guess you can call it, yeah, you would still consider it a TV show because 106 and Park was something to look for the new generation, kids, teenagers, young adults, older people. That's something that you was looking forward to looking at to see what black artists that were coming out, new music videos, who was putting the album out, interviews, 106 in Park. And we talking about like 2000, 2001, maybe to all the way to, and it ended what, in 2014? We talking about from the early 2000s always to the late 2000s when music was like fucking lit. Like 106 in Park was that show. Anybody that knows me well that 106 in Park was that bitch. And that was that show to look forward to because, yeah, some people had computers in the early 2000s, but you were looking forward to what's new and what's hot. Towards the end when 106 in Park ended, it was nothing the way that it was when it first started. When they had AJ and Free, Jaleesa and Big Tigger, Terrence and Roxy was okay, and I ain't like those new ones that came after that. But AJ and Free, that's my childhood. And it's so crazy because when it ended, I still was like a teenager. That's crazy, right? Number 4, Mad TV. Okay. That's another like comedy thing. And I think it used to come on Fox and then they put it on Comedy Central. Mad TV was funny. I'm talking about like from the acting to the people that were playing stuff. What was that black woman name? Her name was Deborah Wilson. I think her name was Deborah Wilson. She was so funny. She used to play Oprah and Mariah Carey. She used to play all them. Ari Spears. Even the white and the Asians, like they were funny as hell. Like like I said, that show right there couldn't be on air right now because of, and then a lot of those actors are a little older now, so it wouldn't be the same. It wouldn't be the same. I'm glad we had it while we did because Mad TV had a long run. And by the way, they couldn't put nothing out like that. They started taking it off when things got too sensitive. Number 5. I could go on and on about this one or other shows, but SpongeBob SquarePants. You can call me petty. You can call me childish. You can call me anything, but SpongeBob SquarePants. And still putting out new content today. I know the owner is making a bag off of SpongeBob SquarePants. Hands down, all these cartoons that's on now, they don't compare to any of those cartoons that were on back then. SpongeBob still reigns. SpongeBob is still the only cartoon that still comes on. I'm pretty sure it's still making its money. I'm about to purchase SpongeBob every season. I don't care if it's 30, 40, 50 seasons. I'm buying it. Period. I mean, we ain't gonna get to talking about my favorite scenes, my favorite episodes. Every episode was freaking lit. Even the old episodes. Bruh, I ain't even finna get to talking about it. It was amazing. I mean, the content back then was just... And the content back then was just everything. What's y'all favorite cartoons of all time? Let me know on the inbox. Well, why I say inbox? I mean, my social media is going to be down there. If you want to inbox me or hit me up, I'll respond. But in the description and the comments below, let me know what was yours, because I got so many. I can give you a list of my favorite. But y'all, until then, until next time.